would call it. I still think it was funny bones, but it's not getting me anything. Whoa, ZVZ picked on Shakur's plateau. My mind is blown. All right, I
Alright,
can
well,
take a second.
spawning
Yeah.
in the upper right location of the map representing Team H3NRI, it's Patreus, the yellow Zerg.
Yep. His opponent spawning across from him in the bottom left-hand corner of the map, bringing his team to a 1-0 victory. In the last match, it is not his body. Spawning as the teal, cyan, light blue Zerg.
Your camera's on you for just a second, Panda.
All right. Sounds good. I will cover the foray of this overlord, moving at a snail's pace. Dun dun. I don't know. I think of Jaws, like I think of lurkers whenever I see overlords because of the spikes on their head. I don't know
I
if this.
miss lurkers. I know there's like
So
complaints
do
about them and balance, etc., but I miss lurkers. They were fun units, even when you get
I.
killed by them.
Yeah. One of the I think primarily, although they did add the Swarm Host into the game, which is kind of like a lurker 2.0 rehashed lurker. But I think initially why they didn't add them into Wings of Liberty. This is Blizzard's statement, by the way, not like some random. Was that Banelings kind of covered their role. I disagree with that, but
I
that's
mean, well,
I can see it.
truthfully, the Swarm host has almost adapted the newer version of the Lurker coming for Heart of the Swarm. And I still think it's a little silly that maybe they didn't want to bring the unit back because it's already been a whole, well, not really an expansion, but it's been Wings of Liberty without them. Why put them in now? But they were a cool unit with awesome mechanics. You did that weird stuff like the attack the Overlord, so that like you'd wait till all the Marines were on top and then you'd attack at the same time. Crazy stuff like that in Brood Wars was just, it was fun. It was really cool to watch, which I think for a lot of, well, what's important for esports, the viewers was the best part.
Yeah, this is an interesting chess match of Overlord placements. As we are seeing mirrored builds out of both of our players.
Yeah, both going for pool first, followed up by a hatchery shortly after. Again, for most players in most mirror matchups, not even just Zerg versus Zerg, it's usually about the, that 5-7 minute window where you'll start seeing deviations. Maybe someone wants to go Mutalisk, maybe someone else wants to just go Roach all in, or maybe they want to force a Baneling Zergling fight, who knows.
Yeah.
But gas has been started for these players. Second
D
gas, actually, for not his body. Nope,
No, it's just extractor tricking.
just being a tricky trick.
That would be my mind would have been blown if there were two guys this early in a ZBZ.
I know, it's like...
Zamaga actually uses a Roachling Bane all-in on this map, almost like 90% of his games on Shack. That's really, really effective.
Well, that's what I was going to say. The second gas, the only thing I could even think or fathom is like maybe he's going super ridiculous Baneling count, but we don't see anything really leaning that way yet.
Queen's in production for both of our players as their naturals get on up here. A drone looks like it was going to play some tech, but decided to go back to the middle line. Regardless. And yeah, I think that we'll see Muta if the game does get that far. We'll see Muta over Infestor. Because it's still, I don't know. Muta's, there's a lot of dead space behind the bases that Infestors really can't hold a candle up to.
I agree, but I don't know, it's just in a straight up fight, Infestors get that good fungal off, some Infested Terrans just tend to be that better choice. If you can use those, if you get the Mutalisks early enough that your opponent's a little behind on Infestors, then yes, they're going to be super effective, there's no question about it. But a straight Muta versus Muta fight, in the words of Hyun, it's just too random to decide who wins. And we do see Patreus starting a little, I don't know what you want to call it, kind of the ghetto Zerg Sim City, outside the ramp to his natural. We'll likely see either an Evolution Chamber placed here or the Spinecrawler move back, but Baneling Nest up front will of course create a small little choke here, forcing a much larger path for any sort of Zergling run-bys.
It's interesting placement. I don't know. Fortunately, though, the Zerglings will get in and get a full scout off of his opponent's tech choice. Seeing that Zergling speed is on the way.
Oh, and Patreus actually 12 Zerglings on the way right now, and a Baneling or two. And we'll look at his opponent's base again. That forward Baneling Nest. I mean, this creates a great wall and a choke, etc. You put the Evolution Chambers down, but this is exposed. If you lose this Baneling Nest in early aggression, there is no way to hold off Zerglings.
Yeah.
And, ooh, I don't know if this is mind gaming or if not, his body's actually going to go straight to Mutalisk as soon as this layer finishes, but that's 2 extra gases already. Evolution Chamber's coming down, but we do have Zerglings streaming lining across the map. Oh, but there's a Baneling here to greet them. Two Banelings actually with some very nicely positioned queens. I really
Yeah.
like this maze that Nada's body has created. Oh, I take that back because he canceled the other evolution chamber.
I think that was reactionary. He saw a couple of Zerglings, and the queen does get surrounded. However, the
Oh,
Baneling is trying to free him.
Oh,
Yeah, she's
does
get away.
free the queen, but doesn't get to connect. And we do see Nada's body pumping out a lot of Zerglings of his own in response, and already starting the Spire. But look at this. Oh, the layer is a little bit behind for Petraeus. We'll see what his tech choice is. Four gases of his own, most likely going to see another Spire thrown down.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Spire plays ridiculously common on Shikaros. And right now, it is a Zergling versus Zergling fight. Zerglings will win.
Sure words have never been spoken, but really not too big of a deal as, again, Petraeus does have his own Banelings at home. Or he did. I'm not
Yeah.
sure if they've been moved out.
Morphing in two additional Banelings, zoning with the ones that he has.
Oh.
Unfortunate miscontrol there by Nada. As he does go to work on this third base, will lose all of his Zerglings in the process. Take out two Morphing Banes, though. One.
And look at the gas count right now. Both players really just waiting for those Mutalisks. Spire halfway complete for both these players.
There may be no game sound on stream. Streamed. Should quickly check that to see if you have it disabled.
No, it might just be Loga's.
Alright.
Oops, not 29. 20. Let me know if this is better, guys. If it's not, I'll fidget after this game, but I'd rather not tab out and miss this action as Zudo Zerglings and Banelings dancing around the middle of the map right now.
Yeah. That was a pretty nice defense there by Betrayus. 6 Mutalisks are in production now for not his body. And this third base will complete, so his Spire will finish. We'll see how many mutas he wants to make. He has enough gas for 10.
Oh, and look at these Banelings zoning out the other Banelings in this
Yeah,
hatchery.
beautiful. And he will lose this hatchery. That was very nice positioning there by our teal Zerg player.
Oh, and he's running up, and oh, Petraeus really doesn't have much at home to defend with right now. I mean, you can bank on those Mutalisks to finish, but Mutalisks do not clean up Zerglings, at least not very quickly.
However, the third base was actually destroyed. He did not get a cancel off on that.
Petraeus going for his own counter, but Zerglings in the main mineral line right now for Petraeus, and he is currently supply blocked. Oh, this has got to be frustrating.
Cleans it up without taking too many drone losses.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, attacking his spawning pool there for a little bit.
A total of 11 drones killed at this point. Not a big deal. The Banelings here at the third location have been cleaned up, so not his body putting down another hatchery. And taking a look at the unit count now, 10 Mutalisks to 9. But again, it is all about whether the Glaive Worm works in your favor or not. That's going to depend upon the victor of this next fight. Oh, and Petraeus trying to go for his own hatchery right now, but the drone is picked off by Zerglings, and the longer that's denied, the further ahead not his body is going to be.
Yeah, Petraeus is setting himself up for a nice timing, though, off of 2 bases.
Oh. Well, then